Hi everyone, a short update on the bullish and the bearish scenario on the lower time frame, where currently I'm looking at this 5-wave structure in the bullish scenario, which then is part of a bigger wave A followed by a 3-wave B and then another impulsive move to the downside for wave C, which then also finishes the medium time frame WXY count. More locally, that basically means that was some sort of a 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're currently in the final wave 5, which then has a target area of the white box over here. And the white box, what is very nice, is that we have two lows inside the white box, this one and this one, of which a couple of hours ago we actually just took this low. So we wicked below the low over here for a little bit of liquidity. And now the question is the even lower time frame wave 5 in or not? Because even in this 5-wave count, you could count this as a 1, 2, maybe a 3, 4, and then eventually 5, where in this wave 5 you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the target area for this white wave 5 over here is in between the 1.236 and the 1.68 colored fibs that you see over here. And as you can see on the 30-minute time frame, yes, we wicked below, but we did not close a 30-minute candle below the 1.618 at the moment, which is interesting. However, it can also be that wave 4 is not yet in, that this is maybe the low of wave 3, we get another wave 4, and then eventually a wave 5 to the downside, maybe wicking below the low over here for extra liquidity before then wave A being finished and seeing a bigger move to the downside. Now the potential trading setup is then the one that you see over here based on what I just explained, that we can enter somewhere in this area whenever we see signs of interest, because this is a potential trading setup. Stop loss is then below somewhere because we don't yet know, like if we get a wick over here, then the stop loss would more logically be below the wick. But of course we didn't yet wick down here because then the stop loss would be there. So yeah, we have to wait and see what price is going to do more locally. Are we going to find some sort of strength? Another thing is that of course we went through the target box that I have over here, which had a couple of confluences, which are now going to be acting as resistance. So that is going to be quite interesting. How is price going to act around the resistance in this target box that we went through as well? That being said, this is the bullish scenario, and then of course one can trade it to the upside in a wave B to then the target box that I have over here, which has a daily, the range naked point of control, a couple of highs, as well as the 786 Fibonacci, depending on how low the low of 5 will be. The maximum target in an A, B, C is actually the 786 usually. So yeah, that would be quite a nice target area. Then the bearish scenario that I have is the following, where we have this leading diagonal also on the medium time frame, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, where if we look more locally, this could be the high of a wave 4 in the leading diagonal scenario, which is absolutely valid as it can be between the 0.236 and the 0.38 fib taken from the high of 2 to the low of 3, and then currently working on another 3-wave structure in this wave 5. I do think that if this is going to be some sort of a 3-wave structure, we're not really coming down that quickly for a potential wave 5. I would have then liked more of an impulsive move, another move up, and then another move to finish then wave 5 over here. But so far it's been grinding down, but not as rapidly as, for example, this wave 3 over here, which actually is quite interesting. So currently this is still an alternative scenario. However, of course, it's still very valid, where the target area for this scenario is the most common area between the green lines over here, 21.4K and 21K, which also again has confluence with the low over here, but also the target box that you see, which is between 21.1K and basically 20.6K. However, the invalidation of this wave 5 is if price goes below 20.6K, which is the red fib over here. So basically the minimum target for the bearish scenario is basically the 0.618. This area is officially a common target. However, the 0.5, as you can see, is not a valid target, and currently we're basically around the 0.5. So I would like wave 5 to dip a little bit deeper for this scenario to become active. And the potential trading setup is then to enter somewhere around the, with some layers maybe in the yellow target box, stop loss below the 1-to-1, as that is the invalidation of this scenario, and then trade it to the upside for a wave 2, because then on the medium time frame it's a 1, 2, 3, and then eventually way more downside. Now what you can also see on my chart, and that's relevant for both scenarios, is that there is news coming up on Friday at about 2:30 Central East European time. So you got to check your own time zone for that. So there is news, and news means some volatility, and quite often some turnarounds like pivot points can happen during news. So it can be quite nice if maybe we have a bit of a range for today, and then eventually during the news we actually wick down once more, grab the liquidity before moving up. Or another scenario is that if the low has been made, we then go for a maybe like a 1, 2, and then when the news hits, it's going to be wave 3 to the upside for a very impulsive move. Because again, there's quite a lot of void, like no structure over here. So if price can go above these highs, I can imagine it can push quite quickly to the blue target box over here, because there's basically not really any resistance over there except for the range value area low and the potential golden pocket area. So yeah, this is what I wanted to say. If you are interested in my high time frame and medium time frame counts in a lot more detail, check out the video appearing in the screen right now. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and I see you at my next Bitcoin update at 7 p.m. Central East European time tonight. Bye bye.